From far and wide, Oilers fans, this is Dolynny TV. And welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on Dolynny TV. Guys, I'm still under the weather, really don't feel like venturing out and trying to get other people sick in an effort to watch tonight's game. So instead, going to bring you a little bit something different, back to kind of the discussion topic stuff I like to do as, you know, the day off stuff. Didn't really have a strong one yesterday as we just talked about the roster moves. Yesterday felt like a worse day for being sick, but today is 100 times worse. So we're going to talk about Oscar Klebom. And with that, guys, I'm Tyson Dolynny, host of Dolynny TV. A reminder, definitely follow me on Twitter at Dolynny TV. Usually, if I'm out watching the game, I'm going to be giving you my opinion and analysis of the game at Dolynny TV on Twitter. So you want to make sure you follow me there. So without further ado, you know what? Let's talk about Oscar Klebom because, honestly, he's a guy I rag on pretty heavily, especially earlier this season. I ragged on him quite a bit, right? Still to this time, I will call him a soft number 2 defenseman. However, things are starting to turn around for Oscar Klebom. All of a sudden, past 5, 6, 7, you know what? Under Ken Hitchcock, all of a sudden, we're seeing a much different Oscar Klebom than we were under Todd McLellan. Yes, Klefbom was still doing all right in the points department under McLellan early on. However, things have really, really amped up under Ken Hitchcock in terms of Oscar Klebom's defense, offense, and just overall team impact, I guess you could say. I wouldn't really call it team play because team play is a loose term. Team impact for Oscar Klebom sky high the past 3 weeks. 100% on that. So let's go kind of break things down here. I've got a little super stat for you, and we'll go according to that. So for Mr. Oscar Klebom, 1 goal to tie it in the last minute of the game the other night against St. Louis. Huge goal. I lost my crap. It was a good one for Oscar Klebom. Dallas, you know what? Rough game. He had 24 minutes, 31 seconds time on ice, had 4 block shots, had a hit, so he's not a very big hitter. But you know what? Those block shots are important if you're going to be a top pairing defenseman, especially on a team like the Oilers that everyone's going to go out there and say we have subpar goaltending. Well, we need our defensemen to be our first line of defense, obviously. And if they're doing their job blocking shots, we are going to be fine. So right there, that's a big key factor for Oscar Klebom. Right now, he's resurging, right? He's reviving under Ken Hitchcock back to that 2016-2017 form. Of course, 17-18, a lot of injury stuff going on. However, you want to talk about block shots. It's kind of been trending up for Oscar Klebom the past couple of years, for sure. So his first 3 years in the NHL, 13-14, 14-15, and 15-16, maybe a combined total of, 189 block shots in 30, 90, 107 games. Now, in 82, 66, and 28, he's had over 330 block shots. The guy is absolutely wilding out there, blocking shots like a monster. So the thing is, over a, 82 game pace, Oscar Klebom is on pace to block 140 shots this year. That is right on par, give or take 5-6 block shots with what he did 82 games in 16-17 with the Oilers. If we get that Oscar Klebom back, which is, it's very much so looking like we are getting him back, think about the impact that has on the Oilers, right? I've talked how much need to trade for a defenseman, trade for a winger will help, goaltending needs to get sorted out, we need to find depth scoring, all that, but big thing is the Oilers need to get their big guns from 16-17 that are still on the team back to where they were. Oscar Klebom, obviously one of those guys, right? So Klebom, the other super stat I have for you, the revival, right? Because 21 points in 66 games, what is that over a 82 game pace times 82? That's a 26 point pace. So Klefbom, yes, he was injured a lot last year. Give him some slack is what I'm trying to say there. However, this year on a 15 point in 28 game pace, that's 53rd of a point per game, so over half a point per game, times 82, that is a brand new career high for Oscar Klebom in points should he keep things up. That being a 44-point season, 6. See, I'm getting my 5s and 6s mixed up here. 6 points higher than his pace in 16-17. How huge that would be on the back end for the Oilers, because at those numbers, Oscar Klefbom, yes, I admit I call him a soft number 2 defenseman. That's fine, that's okay, I will own that. However, at a 44-point pace on the Edmonton Oilers of all teams, that is a very soft number 1 defenseman type caliber for Oscar Klefbom. If we get that out of Oscar Klefbom, I am sorry, that is phenomenal. You go from being a soft 2 to not a hard 2, but a soft 1, which is, I'd say, just a tick above a hard 2, honestly. So Klefbom, 44 points, give or take on an 82 pace. I will take that. The revival is well in suit. And essentially, out of the past 5 games, Klefbom has had 5 points. Now, the Oilers in the past 5 games, with Klefbom getting a point, give against Dallas, LA, Vegas, Dallas, St. Louis. The Oilers are 4-1. Ken Hitchcock has a lot to do with that, yes. But the point production out of Oscar Klefbom in that time suggests things are only going to get better for the Oilers defenseman as he carries along this season. I believe it was the shoulder that was the issue. Well, guess what? That looks completely good to go this year. And the big thing I think Ken Hitchcock has really worked on with Oscar Klefbom is not only the defense. You know what? The defensive side of the puck needed to be worked on for 6, 7, 8 of our defensemen. You know what? Give that, run with it. They all needed work on the defensive side of the puck. The thing is now, they all need to come around offensively. And the big thing I've noticed out of Ken Hitchcock is he's gotten Oscar Klefbom to stop, you know what, taking that shot immediately as he gets it on the point on the power play and 5-on-5. Klefbom still loves to shoot every game. I mean, where's his shots per game? Do I have that stat on here? Yeah, okay, so shots per game. Read these goal lines of how many shots he takes to score a goal every game. So in the past 5 games, he's had 3 goals. Dallas, LA, St. Louis. Dallas, he shot 6 times, scored a goal. That's huge. 3 times, scored a goal. 3 times against St. Louis, scored a goal. 3 shots or more, and Oscar Klefbom seems to be getting a goal. And Oscar Klefbom is a guy who normally shoots at least, what, it's looking to be 3+ shots a game. 88 divided by 28, guys. 3.14 pi. Having a little bit of fun there with math. Shots per game is going to get Oscar Klefbom a goal at least every second game, it would seem. I would have to say Oscar Klefbom is going to get a goal every second game on the pace of putting up 3.14 shots a game. Thing is, that is a relative number because we also know how many shots the Oilers defense fire and miss the net with. But if Klefbom all of a sudden starts reining in a wide-ranging shot attempts of 10+ per game, ranges it down to 8 and gets 3 on net, he's got the shot. And he is getting the shot better to start scoring goals, and it is coming through for the Oilers. Oscar Klefbom's revival is in full effect. You know what? The guy he was last year, we are seeing a completely different guy. We are seeing a complete top pairing defenseman. Like I said, soft number 2 in my mind, but when he rounds into shape, gets the offense going, starts playing responsible defense, right? St. Louis was an ugly defensive game for us, but the 2 goals against were Nurse and Russell out there. So I can't really blame Klefbom and Larson. And the thing is, there's kind of this thing where Oilers fans tend to blame Klefbom and Larson as a defensive pairing when 90% of the problem is Larson on the defensive play. I mean, that might be a high estimate. In my opinion, that's where it sits. You guys can argue me in the comments about that all you'd like. But in my opinion, I would say it weighs more on Larson defensively when there's an issue than it does on Klefbom. Because Klefbom not only plays a little bit more responsible defense under Ken Hitchcock, but he's elevated his offensive game. So you got to give him a little and take a little less, if you know what I mean. So Klefbom, he's looking good, and he continues to be this guy who doesn't take penalties, right? This is the thing you got to really look at that jumps out at me when you're looking at hockeyreference.com and you're looking, what was so wrong with Klefbom last year? Why is he so much better this year? Well, look at this stat line. 66 games played, 5 goals, 16 assists, 21 points, minus 12. Defensive problems, yes. 18 penalty minutes. You know what that comes down to? Let's talk about this in just a rewrap here. 28 games played, 3 goals, 12 assists, 15 points. Well, you know what? The penalty minutes might be higher. But what I would argue is with 6 penalty minutes in 28 games so far, is you're actually probably going to average less than a 18 pace. Hold on, I'm dividing by 18. Pardon me. Divided by 28 times 82. You know what? That's right on par. 18 penalty minutes in 82 games. So 16 more games to play that year. Who knows what he would have done? However, what I'm saying is Oscar Klefbom, when he takes a penalty now, seems to be playing a smart defensive strategy when taking a penalty. It's not, I'm taking a penalty because I got beaten, I have to stop the goal. No, he's taking a penalty, knowing when his team needs to stop the play dead, and if he takes a penalty, he knows he can stop the play dead. That's at least what my take would be on Oscar Klefbom's penalty taking when it comes down to Ken Hitchcock's system. And honestly, I don't know when the last time Klefbom has taken a penalty. I haven't checked those stat lines. Let's go see. Yeah, he hasn't taken one in the last 5 games, so my memory being so bad, long-term, short-term, kind of mid-range term, ain't going to remember when he last took a penalty. But under Ken Hitchcock, last 5 games, he's not taking a penalty. I'm going to tell you, as a defenseman, that means you aren't getting beat as bad, which means the defensive revival of Oscar Klefbom is 100% right where I'm arguing it is. So that's huge. Oscar Klefbom, guys, he's kind of been this enigma for sure, and I am running way over time. Holy crap, I didn't realize I was ranting this much about Oscar Klefbom. But what I'm going to say in closing is Oscar Klefbom is coming back to life like we haven't seen him since the 16-17 season, and when you talk about that season, it was magic. So why would we not be getting excited when we start seeing things like this? The next guy, obviously, that has to tick is the identity line. You get Lucic and Kassian back to where they were. Lucic, yes, he's got to put up the points. Kassian is just got to be exciting. That is what Oilers fans loved about Zach Kassian in 16-17. He was exciting to watch, and that's the thing, right? Oscar Klefbom getting back to being exciting to watch and putting up a career pace. Guys, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. If I'm crazy, tell me in the comment section below. Other than that, I am up on out of here.